Hello, Havocs. Happy New Year's Eve. Are you guys doing anything for New Year's to ring in the new year with? Personally, since my name is Crystal and I love to talk to you about the Lovetastic game, what I want to do to ring in the new year is talk about the Lovetastic game that we had against Louisiana Tech. And it was Lovetastic. It was also other words you could call for it. Nail biting, to be polite, heart stopping. Um, yes, a little bloody in the not in the literal sense, but in a you know allegorical sense. It was bloody. Um, yeah, but it was fantastic when it was all said and done. Now, a little bit of history about Louisiana Tech, or LA Tech as I may be referring to them. They came into the game 9-4, and some people might look at it and say, "Oh, 9-4, so you've been banged up a few times, so you're easy to pick up." Oh, no, don't look at. A lot of times those numbers are deceptive, and what you don't see in that bottom line of 9-4 is what were those scores and how were those games played and things like that. And in this case, yeah, Louisiana Tech lost, but they lost one game by a point at the last second. And then another game they lost in overtime by 6 points. I mean, all four of their losses that they had, they were single digit losses. And I mean, low, I think 6 was probably their biggest loss, things of that nature. So they know, and the other 9, I've checked them out, they do pretty good on the other 9. They don't like roll people over, but they do good, and they can get some double digit wins. So they are a formidable team. I personally, I was guilty of looking at that 9-4 and thinking, yeah, we got it. Plus, ESPN kind of gave me false hope and saying, "Oh yeah, you're gonna win, no problem." They did that also, so I thought for sure we were gonna win. We got going, and it was good. It was good. And even at one point in the first half, we were even up by 10. And when I say at one point, I mean for a blink of an eye. For 1 point, we were up by 10. But that went away. And then by the end of the first half, we were knotted up by 38. And also by the end of the first half, I was stressed. I said, now's a good time to start getting clothes ready for tomorrow. I think rather than waiting a day to rewatch the game a few times, why don't we start getting ready and we can do the video of the recap tonight instead of the next night. I'm like, let's just focus on other things. And I was so stressed. As I've mentioned before, I am a wussy, wimpy fan when we're not doing awesome. And we were not doing awesome. Now, some people like it when it's close like that, when it's neck and neck like that, and you're seeing a real dogfight like that. Some people love that. All right, which camp are you in? I'm in the I want my team to win, period camp. That's all I want, is my team to win. And so I was getting ready for church the next day, for the next day. I figured, okay, let's get camera ready so that you could do the videos right after the game, things of that nature. But I also sent a screenshot of the current tie to my friends and my Bible study team, things like that. I said, please pray for my Lopes, and they said they would, and I was keeping them. And then second half came, and Oh, second half was scary. Second half was so scary. I mean, it was. I mean, so many times we got tied. We got tied so many times. It just kept. We couldn't catch a break. And at one point, they finally. I mean, they really caught a break. At one point they were up by five, and then ESPN started saying, because if you follow it on ESPN, just the stats, it'll give you a little prediction as to who's going to win. You know, and it had been GCU all that time. GCU, 77% GCU, 78% GCU, 68% GCU, 50% GCU, and then it went 54% LA Tech. I think, or something like that. It started jumping, and I'm like, I am so stressed that for the most of the second half, I want to say 95% of the second half, I had my sound on mute. I just couldn't bear to listen. I was so stressed, and I it's so funny, and I felt like God was telling me that we were going to win, but I didn't know if that was really, like, something I'm getting from God or just my own wishful thinking, because I've had both, you know. So I was stressing out. I was really stressing out. I don't know if you guys ever get these like little intuitions of what's supposed to happen, And sometimes you're right, and sometimes you're projecting what you want on there. So let me know how your mind works when you're in these kind of situations. Um, but in this case, I thought I heard God say. I actually thought I heard God say, "Oh yeah, you're gonna your GCU is gonna win," but I was like, um is that God telling me that? Or is that what I want to have it tell me that? Because on the other side, I was sending screenshots to my prayer partners about the game, and they're saying, well, now, Crystal, loss is a part of life, and when you do your video, you're going to be able to encourage and comfort your viewers, because people lose sometimes. And she's right, but I did not want to hear that. I don't like L's. you know no, I don't like them. They're No, I don't like them. So I had it on, but I was like, I would keep checking the stats, and another reason why I don't like close games like this is because um the refs really insert themselves into the minutia of, well, did it go up all the way? Was his fingertips still touching when it went up and the buzzer went off? And they spend like 2 or 3 minutes examining the same thing over and over and over again. And I'm like, it was fine. Let's keep moving already. Come on. But no, they had to spend they did it at least twice. Well, did he foul the other team out, or did he actually trip him? And or was it a block, or was either that I'm getting just from watching the screen unmuted. I'm watching this and I'm watching them go over and over and over. To contrast, when we played Bethesda on Wednesday the 27th and we won by 50 points, I couldn't even tell you if the refs were there, because when you win by that much, there ain't much for them to do, as far as I'm concerned. You know, so yeah, they're probably there, but I don't know what they do at that point. But when it's super duper close, yes, they look at and relook at, and the three of them have a discussion and probably go out and get coffee and things like this and discuss how close were the fingertips to the ball when it was going into the hoop as the buzzer was. It's fine. It drives you bananas. And all of this minutia was happening around the last few minutes of the game, when they're just simple point differentials. The whole game was such a dogfight, and coincidentally, LA Tech's mascot is the bulldog. So dogfight, pun not intended. But I mean, I honestly don't know how we were able to stay in it as long as we did. I mean, Gabe got 11 points, but I found out later on he's feeling a little under the weather, and he managed to scrape up 11 points. Um, Tyon Grant Foster did not do as well as he normally. He got in 13, which I think is his lowest scoring point as a lope. Low scoring game as a lope. Um, it's still double digits, but they handled him a lot, which they did their homework on Tyon Grant Foster, and but what they don't realize is that he doesn't stop. He still kept going, and um, they focus so much on Tyon Grant Foster, and not enough on Ray Harrison, who got 20 points. So 20 points. Let me check my notes to make sure. I wrote it all down. Sorry, he got 22 points. Yes, yeah, almost all of our starters got double digits just the same, but it was they were hard to get. We did really well on shooting threes. They smothered us like crazy getting 2-point shots. We got those, but in fact, there was one shot that Colin Moore, I don't know how he got it in, but he did. But all of this is happening. And then you have the refs slowing things down and things of that nature. And oh my gosh, I was like, it was, and this is like, and then finally, what happened right around, check my notes here. Yeah, right around the 12.9 second mark. Okay. Um, they have LA Tech has the ball, but Colin Moore is able to draw a foul, and he gets he falls or something or other, but he draws a foul, and the score is 70-71. We have a 1-point lead at this point, 1 point, and Colin Moore draws a foul and is able to get to the line for free throws. Free throws have been our savior, our saving grace, excuse me, on this, because that was where we did well. They were excellent on threes as well, and they were excellent on the twos. They were really good at getting into twos. I mean, they were like magicians at getting to twos. They really were. Free throws were their Achilles heel, whereas free throws is what did the best for us. And Colin Moore did what tough, strong basketball players do in those situations. He drained 2 free throws. And after that, I sent a screenshot of that to my friends, and I said, okay, we got to hold a 3-point lead for 12.9 seconds, because I know that might sound like a very little amount of time, but anything can happen in 12.3 seconds. I mean, we've had things happen within, 20 and 30 and things like that. So it's like, okay. But when it was all said and done, LA Tech, they did their level best to drain a 3-point shot to tie up the game, to take it to overtime. They couldn't do it. They almost got in a 2-point shot, so it at least cut the lead. But at the end, they finished the game with 70 points, and we survived the game, or escaped the game, with 73. Whew. That was bloody. That was gritty. That was nail biting. I guess I heard right about us winning. Yay, God. But yeah, that was rough. That was rough. But shout out to the guys. They hung in. They hung tough. They didn't splinter. I mentioned the free throws, for example. We made 14 out of 16 of our free throws. They made 8 of 15. Had they done better on free throws, they would have won. Fortunately for us, they didn't do us well on free throws. They did great on everything else. They're a good team. I'm really glad they're not in our conference, because they're a really, really good team. As far as I'm concerned, it was easier beating San Diego and Liberty. Well, I take that back with Liberty. We beat Liberty by 6 points. 6 points? No, 5 points. 5 points. But Liberty had our number a couple of times real bad. So I'm okay with either one, being in our conference. But that was our final non-conference game. Starting Thursday, January 4th, we will resume Western Athletic Conference play, WAC play. I say resume because we've already won 2 WAC games. And so every game is going to be on a Thursday and a Saturday, And so start with Thursday, and they've done a really good job of having it so that we're not always going to be on the road, and we're not always going to be, it's a good even rhythm of when you're on the road and when you're home, when you're on the road, when you're home. So we're starting on the road. We're going to be going to Southern Utah University, or SUU, on January 4th. And I'm looking forward to that. We played them in the conference championships where we won by 18 points back in March of last year. So, and also we played them last year at their house when they were undefeated at their place last year until we came, and beat them by some single digit number, I can't remember. But, hopefully we have the same effect. We're currently, if I didn't say it before, I'll say it now. We're 12-1 right now, which is excellent. We'll see how this improves our standing in the nerdy world of the net in that respect. I'm hoping it really gives us a boost because, like I said, LA Tech was a good team, really good team, and we beat them at home. So hopefully that'll do very well for us. I'm really hoping so. So because it's going to be, because conference is every Thursday and Saturday, I will say right up front, I don't know how consistently I will be able to get videos up, in a really good rhythm, in as good of a rhythm. We'll see what happens. I will do my best. But sometimes it might be a little later than I'd like it, but I'm going to try to look out for you, my awesome viewers and my Liptastic subscribers, and get content out quicker and things of that nature. We'll see what happens there. This will be my final video with the Christmas tree. I like to take the Christmas tree down January 2nd, so you will not see this lovely decoration again. You'll keep seeing Thunderette. She's not going anywhere. But the tree will go, and that'll be good in that respect. With that being said, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. If you have subscribed, thank you. You guys are awesome. You guys are fantastic. Share the video with your friends. Comment down below. Let me know what you thought of the game. Were you as freaked out about the game as I was? Did it make your hair go gray? Did it make you lose hair? Did it make your heart stop? What did you think? Or are you the kind who loves games like this? And it's like, oh yeah, it's not as predictable, and you love games like this. Let me know. Let's talk about it and things of that nature. I will, as always, have things in the description for you to look for. There will be an article by Paul Coro. I'm pretty sure there will be a recap video at some point as well that I will have in there. So I'll have anything else that they put in there via YouTube, things like that. I will put those links in the description, little Easter eggs, if you will, to look at. So yeah, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video, comment, all those fun things that I love for you to do. And before I go, I'll say one more time, my name is Crystal. You've been watching me talk about the Lovetastic game, and love's up!